Hey there, it's John Pagulayan here again, founder of the Freelance Movement, and welcome to video number two of this three-part free video training series. Now, are you guys ready for video number two? Okay, so what we're going to see inside this video is powerful because not only am I going to give you several ways to get clients, I'm also going to share with you three simple client getting strategies you can use right now, and I'm also going to show you how to build a sustainable, predictable, and a scalable freelance business. I'm going to show you the secret right here in this video. Plus, I'm going to show you an actual video of me doing it. Now, this right here is important because if you know you can get clients whenever you want and wherever you want, meaning you can work with any client from any place in the world and you can do it at will, this gives you financial confidence. There's no longer that feeling of fear and definitely no feeling of uncertainty about your future when you know na kaya mo kumuha ng client anytime you want. And more importantly, inaalis nito yung notion that the online freelancing is unstable. Because why would it be? Bakit siya magiging unstable when you can get a client as soon as the next day? Like, take Jan Michael, for example. Sabi niya dito, just awestruck by how God provides and sharing another win that seals the deal for my first $999 win from copywriting. Client 1, Client 2, Client 3. And by the way, all these were done in just under a month. And here's another one from Alpha, who reached her six-figure monthly income in just under 6 months. Sabi niya dito, 3 months inside the tribe, and I finally reached my six-digit income goal. Now, there's also Eliza, who's able to close this much in just less than a month of knowing the exact principles that I'm about to show you. Yeah, sabi nga niya dito, never thought I'm going to share my first win in just under a month from being lost and stuck to closing 600s. Not a premium, but we'll get there, one step at a time. And there's also Daryl, who went from being a total newbie to getting a client in just 2 weeks. Sabi niya dito, saan siya nasunod-sunod pag-post ko from asking questions to strategy and all that to a closed deal. Within 2 weeks after joining the tribe, di pa siya premium but still a huge milestone, soon premium. Now, there's totally that. And sabi niya dito nga since newbie, meaning wala pa siya masyadong alam, I have tried following the guides here. Diba? Pero before ko ginawa, I asked mo if it's okay. Okay lang naman daw kasi andun yung need ko na sagot. Now, there's also people like Pearl. Diba? Sabi ni Pearl dito, who after 23 days have been able to close 30,000 peso deals na. And by the way, those fees are paid up front. Sabi nga niya dito, for almost 23 days of being inside the tribe, all I can say is I'm overwhelmed with the support. So, nagsulit ang binayad namin. So, if you're just starting out, okay, but you aren't sure exactly how to land your first freelancing gig, or you're someone who has the skills but haven't had the luck of landing your dream client, or you're already getting clients and you just want to get more of them at the rate that you actually want, you'll discover how ordinary freelancers like you and me can build a thriving, predictable, and sustainable business even during the times of pandemic, and why it is critical that you focus on this right now.
I've got to shape up, focus, and come up with real solutions to my problems.
But before we do that, we're gonna do a short recap of video number one, which by the way, you should be watching before this video. Now, have you watched it? If not, I suggest watching it first before you dive in deep on the second one. You'll find it at the top of the page. Now, because in video number one, we showed you how you build your own freelancing business, even if you think you're lacking the skill, you're lacking the experience, and if you don't have any credentials or a solid portfolio to actually charge what you think your service is actually worth. In it, we also talked about how this pandemic has accidentally created six-figure and seven-figure Filipino earners. We also talked about the simple selling formula and the framework you can use to attract the type of clients you want to work with. We talked about that in video number one. In fact, we had over tens of thousands of people watch that first video and have over hundreds of messages and comments telling us how they enjoyed and learned a lot from that first video alone. Diba sabi, it's a game changer. Some said, they couldn't believe how it was mind-blowingly simple. Kasi simple lang naman talaga eh. And some are just plain happy to find that there is such a thing as freelancing and are more than happy to share the opportunity.
For realskies?
So if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it now, and then come back to this one. Now from there, we're gonna build on what we discussed by sharing with you the number one thing you must master if you want to truly build a highly paid, thriving freelance business of your own. Now think of this as the first step towards making that happen. And that step is called connecting. Now, connecting, it's an entirely new way of thinking about getting clients, so you want to pay close attention to this training.
Just listen really, really closely.
I'm also going to share with you one of the nifty advice to make sure that you won't run out of clients. And when you know how to do this, all the uncertainties and fear about online freelancing, mapapalitan siya ng confidence and hope. And our goal is to break you free from the common belief na minsan wala, minsan meron. And we will continue our adventure by showing you the client getting process behind the curtain that enables me and other ordinary freelancers to get clients on demand. It's the same process my students have been using to generate these kinds of results. Like for example, this one from Arkin. Sabi niya, take action, yan, just connect, connect, connect. Diba? And from doing that, that very first step, the connect, 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 he closed a $1,500 deal just because of connecting. Or Jedi, okay? Jedi, who now actually chooses her own clients. Okay, sabi niya, namimili siya ng clients ko, yung hindi lang Jollibee ang kaya pakain sa akin, natatanggap ko na kahit hindi ko close yung deals dahil niya po ng pricing ko and all that. By the way, she and her sister now have an agency with a wait list of clients waiting, waiting to work with them. Now, there's someone, people then like Nikki, sabi nga niya dito, di ba? Connect relentlessly. Again, that's the first step, connect. My market is SaaS companies, I just connected with the decision makers. Hanap ako 10 CEOs, CMOs, and here's what happened. Right now, she's being paid a $3,000 monthly retainer. That's $3,000, dollars of fee each month in her bank account. Now, let me ask you, how would you feel getting a $3,000 each month in your bank account just from one client? How did they end up, getting those clients? Well, you'll find out inside today's video lesson. Okay. Anywho, we got a lot to cover today, so be sure to have your pen and paper ready to take notes as you follow along. Now, anytime someone starts to try and get clients, it's inevitable that they will hit a roadblock. And if you tried freelancing, you might have experienced them already. In fact, whenever I talk about getting in close with clients, one of the most asked questions is this: where can I find clients? Okay? Now, to which I ask them back, well, sino ba talaga yung gusto mong maging client? Who's your ideal client? And they'd usually reply with something like, di ko alam lahat ng pwedeng maging clients. Or they'd say something like, lahat ng business. Or they would say, lahat ng may kailangan ng service ko. Now, that's where the problem is. Because here's the thing. How can you find something or someone that you don't even know? Which is why, if you remember in the first video, video number 1, we really emphasized the importance of having a specific market. Bakit? This is one of the reasons why. Because if you don't have the clarity on who you want, kung sinong gusto mong maging client, it's 100 times hard to get clients.
This is so hard!
Now, I want you to picture this. Imagine nakipaglaro ka ng taguan. Tapos, hindi mo kilala kung sino yung mga kalaro mo. Ang tanong, mananalo ka ba? Mahirap, di ba? Now, here's another example. Paano kung may lumapit sa'yo and nagsabi, ikuha mo nga ako? And so, of course, you're gonna ask, ikuha ng ano? And then he says, ikuha mo ako ng hayop. Kahit anong hayop. Siyempre ka naman magtatanong, like, anong hayop? Well, sabi niya, basta yung maalagaan. Di ba mapapaisip ka kung saan ka pupunta? Di ba? Pero kung sinabi ko sa'yo na ihanap mo ka ng ibon, malamang pupunta ka sa pet shop. Ihanap mo ka ng manok, malamang pupunta ka sa poultry. Kung ihanap mo ka ng baboy, malamang pupunta ka sa piggery. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is, it becomes easy to find something when you're specific with who or what exactly you're looking for. Now, again, if I'm making extreme examples or mga simplistic examples, that's because I want to prove a point. Because the truth of the matter is, okay, if you know who you want to find, you'll suddenly see clients everywhere, like Junji, who found his client from his Facebook feed. Diba? Sa Facebook feed siya naghahanap ng clients. Bakit? He knows exactly the type of clients he's looking for. Yan. The best part, yan, sabi nga niya dito, I closed a 99,000 peso deal. After a month and a half, they asked me to manage their ad creatives and social media for an additional 100K a month. By the way, this is a local client. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong, may pera ba kapag Filipino client meron? Okay? And the best part is that, pinaka-best dito is he even shared the proposal that he used para sa client net inside our community. Next, diba? You can also find clients through your personal network like Constant. If you know who you're looking for, you can find people or clients through your colleagues. Iba naman finds clients through fellow freelancers like si Senri, who found a $5,000 client from someone from a fellow freelancer. Now, others get clients din naman from past prospects that they didn't get as clients. Like for example, ito si Adrian, diba? Nag-connect siya, I think, 2018, and the client got back to her 2019 yata, if I'm not mistaken. Diba? But here's the thing, just because they didn't say yes the first time doesn't mean they're no longer interested. It's been tracked and proven that 2% of the sales are made on the first contact, 3% are made on the second, 5% on the third contact, 10% on the fourth, and a whopping 80% between the fifth and 12th contact. Which means that if you're earning 20,000 a month and you're not following up sa mga prospects after the first time, you're literally missing about another 180K on your supposed freelance income. Now, some find clients using social media, like si Alfie, a bookkeeper who closes clients, and she's using social media to find clients. Then, of course, there are freelancers din naman who find clients using freelancing sites like Upwork, online jobs, and other freelancing sites. Now, while job sites or freelancing sites, they usually have this bad rep for having cheap clients. Now, that's not really true. You can get quality ones as well if and only if you follow the process, which I'll be showing you on the third video naman, like most of our tribe members are doing. Tulad ni Mitch, who's closing $1,000 gigs on Upwork. Sabi niya dito, I appreciate Upwork. Clients, there are warm leads. She's able to close $1,000 gigs on Upwork. Or ito naman, si Jel. Sabi niya, diba, whose rate is now $20 per hour and higher in ata since then. The best part, she didn't have to do a lengthy proposals. She simply used the exact thing she learned on this video and on the third video. Yeah, sabi niya, I applied what I learned, diba? Somewhere here in the tribe, on the Upwork cover letter, and it worked. I got noticed right away compared to the lengthy proposals na sinusubmit niya. Now, then there's Gladdy. Si Gladdy naman, who went from $10,000, went to $10,000 in under 4 months, simply using Upwork or other freelancing sites to get clients. But like I said, these are not the only ways to get clients, because when you know who you're looking for, diba, you can get clients from basically anywhere. Like Marlene getting a client on her doorstep, yan, sa pinto mismo ng condo nila. Or Tisha, who turned a derma visit into a client onboarding. Kasi again, kilala niya kung sino gusto niya maging clients. Or Joshua, who has built an agency. Check this out. He built an agency using what others considered as a dating app. Yan, sabi niya, tinahiya po ako. Bali, yun nga po, nakuha po ako ng dati na client through Omegle and Tinder by building rapport. See that? Like I said, clients are everywhere. But only if you know who it is exactly that you're looking for. Now, other freelancers who will be watching this and think that getting clients is all about luck. In fact, try this. If you post inside the freelancing community, aside from our community, of course, and ask them on how to get clients, it won't be long before people comment with something like this. Sa gawa ka lang ng Upwork profile tapos pray ka for clients to find you. Or, tsaga-tsaga lang sa paghihintay best may darating din na client. Now, I have nothing against praying or having the patience to wait, but ito yun eh, if your business relies on divine intervention or swerte, di ba sugal yun? Can you really call it a business if the money coming in is galing lang sa chamba?
It really is gambling.
Now, no wonder freelancing is being dubbed as one of the most unstable ways to make a living. Because here's the thing, what most people really have, diba? When it comes to freelancing, most people really have is a wish, not a business. And sadly, this is the so-called truth that most freelancers have at parang okay na sila na yun ang freelancing. The inconsistent income has long been a challenge that keeps most freelancers on their toes, even those who have been in the industry for years. And it's a notion that keeps away part-time freelancers from fully diving in to the world of freelancing. In fact, a quick search on Google proves that. Now, sino ba namang di matatakot kung yan ang mababasa mo sa all over the internet? Yet, what most freelancers don't realize is this. Inconsistent freelancing income is a myth. It's a myth that stops freelancers from truly enjoying the very reasons why they decided to freelance in the first place. But when it's done right, freelancing can give you a predictable six-figure income and beyond month after month. Just like what we talked about in video number 1. Nakita nyo naman, di ba? In fact, I want you guys to imagine this. You wake up, no alarm clock, and you roll over your bed to check Facebook or Instagram on your phone. Now, you hop out of bed, you run through your morning routine, grab breakfast, drink coffee, and then you thought to yourself, parang gusto kong kumuha ng client ngayon. So you simply do what we're about to show you today, and boom, you get replies from over half a dozen prospects who are dying to work with you. Now, sounds like something straight from a fairy tale, doesn't it? But that right there is a sample screenshot of my inbox whenever I send out a message that I'm taking on new clients. And it's not just me. There's also Seb. Diba? Sabi niya dito, sabi ko sobrang effective ng JTL method. My pipeline of clients ay umaapaw. She's overflowing, diba? With clients who are wanting to work with her. There's also Dina, who's fully booked for the next couple of months. And then there's Bea, fully booked in yung calendar. So she's giving away referrals na. And that's what you want in a business. Predictability. It frees your mind sa stress and uncertainty of freelancing. And how can something be uncertain when you're the one who decides how many clients you want to take? Like what Avram Chomsky, a philosopher and cognitive scientist once said, you are responsible for the predictable consequences of your action. And I'm not sure about you, but doesn't it feel good knowing that the power to change your life, run your business is in your hands and not on anyone else's? Now, I do understand that it feels a bit awkward if this is your first time getting exposed to these concepts. In fact, some of you would probably think, how is that even possible? Well, before we go even further, it's important to bring your attention to something that often gets overlooked as you begin to see this on a practical level. And if you ignore this, it virtually guarantees you'll have a tough time trying to make your freelance business work. Most people see freelancing as a job. And it's easy to think that freelancing is a job, but it's not. In fact, this is a very dangerous assumption to make. And I don't want you guys to be falling into this trap. At some point, most of us kasi believe that this is actually true. Myself included, akala ko freelancing is a job. And this big assumption is why so many freelancers, aspiring, old, and new, are struggling. Think about it. When you treat freelancing as a job, what do you think will happen? You spend 0% marketing or finding clients or promoting your services, and you focus your time on doing client work. Now, ano naman ang mali dun, mali dun? Dapat naman talaga ginagawa yung pinapagawa ng client, di ba? Well, that's fine, but that's an employee mindset. Diba? What if something happens and the client no longer needs your services? What happens next? Ano yun? Nga? Diba? Siyempre, hanap na naman ng client. And habang naghahanap, walang pumapasok na income. And this is what makes freelancing stable. Kaya merong feast and famine. When the truth is, it's not freelancing that's unstable. It's the freelancer. Because when you treat this as a business, it's different. You spend more time marketing, getting clients in, and less time doing the actual client work. And when you have client after client coming in each month, it doesn't matter if merong umalis, you still have other clients to serve and get your income from. Ito pang maganda, when you have a lot of clients or a lot of prospects waiting to work with you, you are not afraid to charge higher fees because you have an abundance of clients lined up that you're not worried if may isa man na umayaw sa pricing mo. Okay, I get it, John. Pero paano nga? Paano kumuha ng client? Well, let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's video. You see, as you've already seen earlier, there are many ways to get a client even in the most unlikeliest of places. We have people getting clients from social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. We have people getting clients from email. We have people getting clients from freelancing platforms, from referrals, from live events. In fact, you can even get clients sa bahay mo. Basically, anywhere your ideal client is hanging out. So long as you know who exactly it is that you're looking for, it's easy to find clients. But for the sake of brevity, or para hindi na to umaba, since we only have limited time together, let's focus on three simple but very effective client getting strategies. Ready? Now, the first one is network reach out. Okay. Now, it makes me sad when most aspiring freelancers, simply ignore their network, not knowing that they are wasting a goldmine of freelancing assets right under their noses. But there are three reasons why you should be doing this. Number one, it doesn't require you to sell. Number two, you can use it literally on any platform. Nasa IG tropa mo, use IG. Nasa YouTube, use YouTube. Nasa Facebook, use Facebook. And number three, you don't have to proactively find your target market because other people are going to do it for you. Basically, what you're gonna do is simply send a message to anyone in your network, and I mean anyone. This is one of the best ways to get an online freelancing client. In fact, it works so well that this very same concept is being used by Harvard Business School and other business schools in the US. Kumbaga, they encourage network reach out through the entire academic period. Ang rason nila is that doing this can lead to some very serious business interactions like millions of dollars, which is why they often schedule networking events. Now, next thing you know, you're personally acquainted na pala with the opinion leaders of industries such as finance, tech, consumer, electronics, mga ganun. Some of you would be listening to this and say, well, John, ayoko kasing magbenta-benta sa kamag-anak. And trust me, I get it. Ayaw mo mapagkamala na nang re-recruit ka sa networking. And the good news is, with the strategy you're about to do today, you don't really have to sell. Hindi ka magbebenta-benta. You're simply gonna ask them a question, a simple question. What's the question? Ask them if they know someone who could use your help. That's it. No selling, walang pilitan, di ba? No blackmailing included. Di mo kailangan manlibre ng kape or tanungin makilala mo kung open-minded ba sila. Even better, you can send this to friends and family. They already know, like, and trust you. Mga business owners and salespeople na kilala mo. Other service providers or freelancers na tropa mo. Mga former colleagues mo sa trabaho. Think of that colleague na laging may kakilala. Or former clients. And even prospects na nakausap mo na dati but did not acquire your service. And all you have to do is send them a message. Now, what does the message look like? Well, the message could be as formal as this. Hey, John, do you know someone who's in the food and beverage business? You see, I'm taking my business in a new direction. I'm planning to help restaurants increase the orders they get online. And I was wondering if you know someone who could use your help. Now, if you're going to notice, it's a simple message, but I want you guys to take a closer look at this. This message is very strategic because number one, as we discussed in video number one, it talks about who exactly you're trying to help. In this case, restaurant owners, and what problem you're trying to solve. In this case naman, increase the orders that they get online. Again, focus on the who and the what, and you're gonna get a client. That's a very formal message, but you can also do an informal one, like this. Bax, may kilala ka ba? Nag-online selling. I'm planning kasi to help na magkaroon ng madaming viewers sa page nila para mas madami bumili. Meron ka ba kakilala? Again, this is one of, something that one of our members sent, which, got her a client. Going back to video number one, the video number one framework, which is the who and the what. Who? Mga nag-online selling. What? Para madaming viewers. See how simple this is? No matter who you are, whether you're a corporate employee, a housewife, or just a friendly neighborhood tambay, I guarantee that you have a network of people who you can reach out to. Take Pam, for example, who already has a huge agency but still does network outreach religiously. Yung sabi niya dito, someone greeted, I pitched the magic words, and boom, instant lead. What happens next? Wait lang po. Yan. Now, what did she do? What's the magic, what are the magic words that she used? We'll check this out. Sabi niya dito, hey Mike, quick question. Do you know someone who runs a recruiting staff agency? Yan. Sabi niya dito, I'm planning to help out recruiting firms with their client acquisition efforts. So, sinong hinahanap niya? Recruiting staffing agency. And they're planning to, she's planning to help them in their client acquisition efforts through LinkedIn. And if that message looks familiar, that's because it's the exact same message template I showed you guys earlier. Now, the best part, Not only does it work over the phone or email or social media accounts, you can also do this on freelancing platforms. Sabi nga dito ni Mel, di ba? I just sent this message and to my surprise, may nag-reply and ito na siya. Now, here's a bold prediction. 90% who'll watch this won't do this because they think that it's too simple to work. But for those who will, why you're gonna be in for a pleasant surprise. Just like Sheba said, sabi niya dito, I'm more focused on network outreach and guess what? Papa ko pa pala ang makakatulong sa akin. Di ko na nasunod tong mga lessons dito. I'm currently handling one of MP big projects in Jensen. The client is the boxing champ. Kilala nyo lahat, handling social media niya right now. Post na lang as soon as may balita. Okay, so that's one of the 3 simple strategies that I have for you today. Now, are you guys ready for the next strategy? The next strategy is what we call social media outreach. With social media outreach, the strategy is simple. Just connect with your ideal market or client. When you say connect, ano nga bang ibig sabihin nun? Well, simple lang naman. When I say connect, it could be as simple as sending a friend request. Yun lang. Now, remember what we talked about in the first video? When you're specific on who you want to serve, diba? When you have a profile that's specific on who you want to serve and what problem you're solving for them, getting a client can be as simple as sending a friend request. Check this out. Yeah, si Julie Moore, who simply connected with a prospect by adding them as a connection. Sabi dito, hi Jeremy, glad to connect with you. Hope everything is doing well. And then, sabi kagad nung client, thank Julie Moore, what is your copywriting rate? Meaning, interested na agad siya simply because her profile says who exactly it is that she wants to serve and what problem she's solving for them. There's also Giselle, who started out just last January and come March is now able to close $3,000 retainer clients. Now, when you say retainer clients, those are clients paying you month in, month out. $3,000 every month. Paano? Simply by connecting. Diba? Simply by connecting. Sabi niya dito, while connecting, the client reached out to me and asked about my services. Sabi nga niya dito, profile optimization works wonders. Okay? Now, tapos andyan din si Adam, who's able to close a $2,500 deal up front, $1,000 month in, month out, tapos may 15 to 20% commission pa. And sabi niya, he's not necessarily looking for another VA. He was able to close this. And ang pinaka-advice niya dito, don't stop connecting. Again, this is simply what I've been telling you earlier dito sa training na to. Sabi ko nga, di ba, when you have a profile that's specific on who you want to serve and what problem you're solving for them, getting clients is easier. Kasi you can use it even when you're simply casually talking to them. In fact, I'd like you to give this one a read. Yeah, sabi niya dito, hi Sheik, thanks for accepting my friend request. Diba? No. Sabi niya, Aiza, by the way, what do you do? And Aiza says, I help SaaS tech teams activate their new users via email and product tour. Sabi nung client, sounds interesting. I'm a founder of Botsify. We've been looking for someone who could do this. Would you like to have a call and tell me how you can help? See how there's not even a hint of selling? All she did was add them as a contact, said, hi, glad to be connected. And when asked the question, what do you do? She was able to tell the prospect who she serves, sabi niya dito, SaaS tech teams, and what problem she's solving. Activate new users. Now, here's another example from Faye. Sabi niya dito, there are more Amazon sellers from Facebook who reached out for my services. Third, aside from optimizing the design of resume just by changing my About Me section, sabi dito, I help Amazon sellers, the who, increase revenue, the what. Diba? More clients responded to me sa OLJ compared to when I had a long and boring About Me section. Now, do you notice a trend? When asked about what they do, all they tell the prospect is who they serve and what problem they are solving. And if you do this consistently, you'll never have any worries about getting clients ever again. And this is the very thing that our members are using to get results like these. Like RA. Diba sabi niya, sharing my win, just want to share my recent win. Yan, aside from my client, the fanboy na sa web design ko. Yan, she was able to turn over her own property and her dream is finally starting to become a reality. Or Sarah, who built a gas station business and then an apartment. Sabi niya, katas ng freelancing. I think this was February, sabi niya, we're officially opening our very own gasoline station. And this is what we want for you. To be able to look back a year from now and had zero regrets about your decision about going freelance. Now, while the first two client getting strategies kanina are already enough to book you a pipeline full of clients, we'll be adding one more to your arsenal, and it's called the email strategy. Now, what's this strategy about? It's where instead of using social media, you'll be using email. Now, does it work? Yep, gumagana siya. In fact, all these companies na nakikita nyo sa screen, they grew their companies using this very same strategy. Okay? Almost all the huge startups companies now you're seeing right now all started getting their funds and customers using email. So, if it worked for them, there's a very good chance it will work for you too as a freelancer. Check it out. Here's Marian using this very same strategy to get the client's attention. Sabi niya, first time ko yung try ang cold email, and then bam, the client says, I'm interested in learning more about your services. Or Abby, who sent an email before she slept, and tapos pagising niya, may client na siya. Yan, natulog ka lang pagkagising mo, hired ka na ni client, she used the very same strategy. Or Rachel, who booked a client despite the power interruptions. Yan, sabi niya dito, the cold email challenge, sabi niya, it resulted to 6 responses. Yan, and they replied, and then from there, she closed the prospects to a $500 project in 14 minutes. Now, if you're thinking, patingin naman yung email na sinasend nila. Well, don't worry. Ito pa. But first, let me show you another example. And this is Marco naman. This Marco, who from a cold email, same strategy that he used. Now, from that cold email, he closed it to a $275 per hour paid consultation. And when I say consultation, you're not doing the actual work. You're just literally telling the client what to do. Now, can you imagine being paid $275 per hour just to tell clients what to do? Ito na yung part na inihintay nyo, di ba? You're thinking, patingin naman nung nakalagay sa email na sinasend nila. Now, don't worry, here's the actual email template. We have tons of templates, by the way, inside the tribe, depending on your experience, but this template that I'm going to show you will do for now. Here's a template. Hey, John, came across your name while looking for companies doing personal development. I'm John Paglayan. I work with personal development coaches to help them enroll more high-ticket coaching clients into their program. Just reaching out because I wanted to see if you're open to discussing your digital goals for 2022. Would you be open for a quick call? Happy to send over a few times. So again, what you're gonna notice, it's simple, straight to the point. But what you're gonna notice is that I'm very keen on the who, which is personal development coaches, and the what, enroll more high-ticket coaching clients. And when you do this right, here's what could happen. Si Romer, just close an email copywriting client for almost $4,000. Okay, that's 200,000 pesos. Medyo mahaba-haba ang process pero worth the wait naman. Ang source, email. Ito lang yun eh. If you know you can get $4,000, $4,000 by sending an email, ito yung tanong, how many would you send? Now, some people watching this would go, parang may kulang. Or, this looks, too simple to work. Well, I can't really blame you. Back then, I also thought I needed some special powers in order for clients to actually notice me. Turns out, I didn't have to. In fact, to show you how simple this actually is, let me play a video of me actually doing this in action. Check it out.
Now, for the network reach out, what I'm gonna do is, yan. Okay, nga pala, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo guys, kailangan meron ka lang template, di ba? So, meron ka lang template. So, yung stopwatch nga pala, paki-play pala pa. Huwag niyo lang munang patayin yung stopwatch. So, naka 10 minutes na tayo. So, para malaman natin kung gaano katagal talaga nag-outreach. Okay, game. So, network reach out. Ilan ba kailangan natin? Dalawa lang. So, hey, blank. Yan. Pupunta tayo sa Facebook. And new message. Message natin. Nabawa, si Luis. So, ako naman to si Luis. Ay, hindi. Ito. Ganito na lang. Pupunta ako sa natin yung friends. Nga pala, network is within your network. So, punta ako sa friends. Wala akong friends. Halimbawa, si Carlo, saka si Shoden. Ayun, nauna sila sa sa listahan. Nga pala, if you're doing network outreach, guys, huwag tayong choosy. Kung ano yung nasa listahan mo na nauna, sila na yung unang kontakin mo. Yan. So, Carlo. Ayan. So, message. Bro, pag nakatanggap ka sa akin ng message, bro, Paki-stop na lang. Okay? Yan. Let's move this here. I was wondering if you know someone who could use my help. Yan. Yan. Smiley tayo. Wait natin. Carlo, bro. You know someone na blah, blah, blah. Kasi, pinaprasuhin natin para mukha ng personal, ano. Para mukha siyang personal message. Baka mag-reply talaga si Carlo. Wala. Yan. Ganyan nga pala mag-send ng message ko sa para hindi kayo mukhang, para hindi kayo mukhang copy-paste na inaano nyo lang lahat. Yan. So, tapos na kay Carlo. Network outreach na yan. Message ko naman si Shods. Shods, bro! Yan. Yikes. Kalimutan ko yung template. Yan. Hey, Shods! Shods. Shods, bro. Yan. Do you know someone in the, kasi I'm taking my business and partida sobrang bagal ko pa talagang gumalaw nito, guys. Yan. So done. Sa. Okay. Next, gonna check network reach out. Guys, are you ano pa rin ba? Are you guys still okay? Are you following? So let's see. Okay. So anyway, let me know kung may tanong kayo. Let me know kung may hindi ka naintindihan. Let me know kung nasbibilisan kayo sa ginagawa ko. Let me know kung medyo magulo. Let me know. Basta let me know if there's anything that you want to ask. Okay, I don't want to go through this whole thing tapos marami palang tanong sa isipan nyo. Diba? Yeah. Anyway, mali nga pala ako doon, guys. Mali ako doon. Like for example, yung mali ko. Hindi ko nakuha. Balik ako doon. Dapat pala, ginagawa ko doon. Yan, tulad nito. Carlo Shoden. Carlo. Okay. So, lalagay ko siya dito. Sa CCPP tracker. Ayan. Prospect name, Carlo Mercado. Contact info, link. Okay. Hindi siya nabubura. Okay. Medyo mabagal yung internet ko, guys. Ayan. Ayan. Tapos link. Tapos ito, offer ko is lead gen for coaches. Ayan. Yung isa naman, Shoden-san. Ayan. Tingnan natin itong lead gen for coaches. So usually tatab na lang kapag So anong ginawa natin dito? Network outreach. Okay. Ano bang date ngayon? Monday. Yan. Tara! Nakuha ba yun, guys? Nakuha ba? Okay. Tanongin natin. I hope clear naman yan. Anyway, going back. Yan, action plan. Next, cold email. Yan, so cold emails, assuming na alam ko na siya, di ba? So alam ko na yung cold email. So ang gagawin ko naman ngayon, pupunta na ako sa cold email template ko. Yan. So, but anyway, ito yung sinasabi ko. Like, for example, ito. Di ba, dapat on a weekend, meron ka ng listahan ng at least 100 emails na pwede mong email or cold emails. As ang gagawin mo, to check mo yung website nila isa-isa. Para naman may masabi kang may maganda kang masabi. Di ba? Mahirap na yung email ka lang ng email tapos wala ka namang alam sa kung anong website nila. So, tingnan natin. Nga pala, I'm just, dito, extra step ko lang to, pinapatagal ko lang yung proseso. Kasi kung tutuusin, pwede mong i-copy-paste to, tapos isend mo na lang kagad dito sa mga email na nandito. Dito naman yung mga pangalan ng iba, hindi mo naman kailangan i-hanapin pa. Diba? But instead of doing that, yeah, let's see. Yan. Okay. Tapos, magbubukas na ako ng email. Saglit lang, guys. Let me just pull up some, pull up my email. And, let's see, Gmail. Yan. Try na natin to. Say, for example, dito ako mag-send ng email, right? So, gagawin ko, going back to the template. Yan. Lagay ko lang dito sa compose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Diba? 5 yung emails yun. Next, si Liz Walmsley. So, si Liz, okay. Gusto ko to, put the spring back in the first step. 2. Hi, Liz. Wala, paano ko alisin to? Hi, Liz. Thanks, John. Welcome, companies, blah, blah, blah. Love the tagline, by the way. Website. Yan. Recipients. Ano ba recipient natin? So, Liz blank at UK. Liz, quick question. Okay, copy paste na natin to. Send. Okay na si Liz. Next, sino to? Naku, bongga. Si naku, bongga. Bongga si ate. Naku, bongga. Yan. Ano bang gusto natin sa site niya? Gusto ko rin itong tagline niya, transforming potential into performance. Love the tagline, by the way. Transforming potential into performance. Yeah. Tapos, Bongi. Si Bongi pala. Aha, alam ko na. Bongi. Quick question. Sana buksan niya yung email. Kasi alam mo na i-email siya ng bongga, di ba? Ay, bongga. Man, ako bongga. Send. Next. Sinisunod. Tapos ito. Sino ito? Tapos ako muna ito, hindi ko alam kung ano pangalan niya. Yan, ito. Si Janice. Janice Hanley. Hey, hi Janice. Yan. Love the tagline, by the way. Janice. Janice, ano bang gusto nito sa buhay? Wala naman siya. Wala naman siyang tagline. So, alis na natin to. Yan. Okay? Janice Handling. Yan. Hey, Janice. Quick question. Copy. Send. Next. Tapos sa Janice. Ito naman. Dr. Anj. Hi, Dr. Anj. Yan. Info at Berlin Coaching. Good question. Ano ba? Yan. Send. Anong grupo to? Yung last one. The Louder Partners. Ito lang. Hi there. Yun na lang nailagay yun. Cold email naman siya, so doesn't really matter much. Next. Quick question on coaching. Let's see. Yeah, done. Okay, so now I'm done with this. Cold email, yan. Diba? So, ilalagay ko na lang siya dito sa CCPP tracker after kasi nasa akin naman yung listahan ng mga diba? Nasa akin naman yung listahan ng mga emails. Like for example, this one. Nasa akin naman yung listahan. So, pwede ko na siyang ilagay kapag na-cross out ko na ito lahat. Kung nasa CCPP tracker.
All of that was done in under 30 minutes. Remember Bonky from the video? Now, here was her reply. So I sent the same message, diba? The very same message that I did. And here's Bonky. Sabi niya, "Hi John, thank you for connecting with me. Yes, I'm open to a quick call." Diba? Now, that's just doing, I'm not sure if you realize this, but that's just doing one day of outreach using a very simple template. And when you're consistent on doing these simple client getting strategies, what happens is this. Si Sergio posted inside our tribe, di ba? Sabi niya dito, pick up your mouse, start connecting. Pick up your mouse, start connecting. Pick up your mouse, start connecting. And sabi niya dito, 2 weeks ago, I closed a $3,000 deal, then a $7,000 deal collab with an agency in one day. Then in that very same week, I closed a couple more local clients. You see, I've been handling this whole freelance business thing with one arm tied behind my back. Kasi ang gamit lang niya, mobile data and cell phone to get clients. Now I'm fully booked until next month. We got over $10,000 in client deals plus a couple of local clients in just under a week gamit ang mobile data ng cellphone. Now, if di ka naman magastos na tao, that kind of income would last you several months, if not a full year. In fact, I remember working as a trainer in a call center. 360,000 lang yata yung buong taon, may tax pa. Now, if you're reading this and your reaction is, parang hirap naman yan, o kaya feeling ko nakakapagod maghanap ng clients. Well, let me go back to what I warned you about earlier. You are not an employee. So stop thinking like one. What you are is a business. And since you're a business, you have the option to either do it yourself or delegate or outsource this part of your business, or you could simply hire someone. Well, what's stopping you from hiring a college student or yung kapitbahay mong mahilig rumakit? Give them all the templates that you've learned from here, teach them the process, and pay them 1,000 pesos to 2,000 pesos each month just to do this for you daily for 1 to 2 hours. Now, if it's 1 hour, that's 100 per hour, or 2 hours, that's a decent rate of 50 pesos per hour for something na hindi nakakapagod. Now, some people watching this would think naman, well, ba't pa ako magbabayad? Ako na lang gagawa, tipid pa. Well, that's totally fine. If you have the time and you enjoy doing it, or, masipag ka naman talaga, go ahead, do it. But let me tell you this. Pwede yun, but that's not how businesses think. Let me ask you, what if for every 1 peso you put in, you get 2 pesos back? Okay, how many pesos would you invest? Now, if you're smart, the answer should be as much as you can. Bakit? Because if lalagay ka ng 1 peso, tapos 2 pesos ang bumabalik, that's literally printing money. But say galante ka, di ba? And you hired a dedicated VA to do this for you for 1 to 2 hours a day, and you're paying them, I don't know, 10,000 pesos. Now, a VA will cost you 10,000 pesos. But say, for example, since you hired a VA, you were able to get 2 clients at $1,000 each. That's $2,000. Now you're making 6 figures while only spending 10,000 pesos. Not to mention that the clients that you'll get will stay with you month in and month out. So basically, what's happening here is your revenue continues to grow while your expenses, which is your VA, stays the same. Now, can you imagine someone doing this day in and day out while you just wait for clients to knock in at your door without breaking a sweat? Now, let me tell you this. There are people who will tell you that getting clients outside Upwork or online jobs or any freelance platform is complicated. Sabihin nila, it's not possible, it can't be done, and it's not sustainable. And yet, ito yung nakakatawa dun eh. And yet, you've seen me do the exact same strategies I taught you just now in real time, but with dozens upon dozens of proof that it works for other freelancers as well. In short, it just plain works. Whatever you choose to believe, mapakinggan mo ba yung something na narinig mo lang, yung sabi-sabi lang, or something that you've actually seen with your own 2 eyes? Well, that's totally up to you. My only goal is to show you what's possible when we don't limit ourselves to what society tells us na kaya natin or hindi natin kaya gawin. Just like Isa, who's been doing this since 2017. Sabi niya, I was able to climb my way up the head of marketing for SaaS, felt confident about launching a business with our friends, comfortably paid the house we bought last May, tapos nag-launch na rin sila sa kanilang sariling agency. We start na dati palipat-lipat ng bahay to now having their own house. Kami win para sa pamilya, nakawalong lipat na ng bahay sa loob ng 8 years. Just super grateful. Sabi naman, ito naman si Mags, di ba? Si Mags naman, one of our coaches who bought, both agricultural and residential plots because of his freelancing business. And sabi niya dito, I can find you your friends on this land. Nakatawa rin to si Mags. Now, here's what we love, here's what we like seeing with our members. They're making moves, making their family proud, living their dreams despite everything COVID or pandemic. And those are the reasons exactly why we're doing this. Now, this video is already longer than it should be. So let's do a quick recap, shall we? First, you saw a whole new way to think about the question, saan ako kukuha ng client? We also talked about several ways to find clients to work with you with complete proof from other tribe members. Plus, you saw how in mere minutes of outreach, I was able to get someone on a call using the same strategies you've learned just now. Now, it's been a jam-packed video, so make sure you review your notes and put this into action right away. That being said, the third video is going to be a live webinar where I'm going to show you exactly how our members are closing clients at premium fees. I'm also going to share with you a member case study following the process from beginning to end so you have a full view of the process. Now, this builds on everything we talked about today and on our last video, which is video number 1. And I believe that it will be the most valuable training in the whole training series of this workshop, because you'll be walking away with so much clarity about how everything fits together, and you'll see the areas that are most important for you to look after right now. So if you're just starting out, this will give you the exact path on how to get started. And if you're already getting clients, you'll learn the specific steps you can take right now to amplify the momentum you already have. Plus, you'll be able to identify a few things which are likely holding you back from charging premium fees the way that you want to. I'm even including a download to the entire framework so you can print it out and use it as a roadmap to go from client less to having a wait list of clients eagerly waiting to work with you. The next training video is all about equipping you for long-term success and giving you the big picture strategy for making the progress that you're after. Just by learning what we've covered today, you're one step closer to your goal of having a highly paid, stress-free freelance business. However, you and I both know that this is so much more than just that. Ultimately, we all just want to have the freedom to do the things we want, when we want, wherever we want, without worrying whether or not we can afford it. Be with our family, be able to provide for our loved ones, or simply live a comfortable life. And for me, personally, that's what really matters. Which is why wins like these from Alfie, an OFW turned full-time freelance, this is really special. Like, take a look at this. This was October 2018. I mean, I happened to do 20 connects, which is what we talked about today, or more 10 reach outs. Minsan palagi ko nilalagay sa spreadsheet and all that. This process became a habit. Di man perfect, okay lang. Basta alam ko, hindi makompleto araw ko pag hindi ako nag-connect. Sabi niya, today may 4 leads na ako, which leads to a call na rin. That's October 2018. Now, February 2019, October, November, December, right? January, February, 4 months after. Ang inspire po sa mga bookkeepers, I closed a premium service just now. Clean up messy books from 2018, back $1,200. Okay? $1,200 para lang sa paglilinis. Yan. Sabi niya, more to come. Baka makauwi na talaga ako nito kasi she's an OFW. Now, that was February 2019. Now, May 5, right? May 5, February, March, April, May, 3 months after. This is not to brag, but to inspire. Last month, I got 3 new clients. And papasok na may isa na naman ito incoming. Wala pong secret, I just connect. See what I told you? Reach out, build a relationship, let people know what you do, and come from a place of help. Okay? Sabi niya dito, sa TF, tribe lang pala makapagpauwi sa akin. April 30 sana yon pero humingi pa ng extension. So mag-uwi dapat siya pero humingi ng extension yung boss niya so hindi pa siya makaka-uwi. And sabi niya, I'm not perfect. I may be not be consistent in connecting and hindi pa daw niya nalalahat ng method but one step at a time, I will and it will because I will be working full-time freelancing. Now, May 15, 2019, full-time freelancer na siya. Sabi niya dito, this is my first day as a full-time freelancer. Nakapag-resign na siya. Sabi niya, God has been good to me. Thank you, Tribe Family. Yan. So, again, pinakita na naman niya may premium client na naman siya. That was May. And on September, April, May, June, July, August, September, 4 months later, nakabili na siya ng bahay, di ba? I mean, one of my big wins, last 2008, very challenging. And then, from working as an OFW to resigning, being full-time freelancer, and then by September 10, makakauwi na siya. This is what really inspires us to do exactly what we're doing. Diba? Nakaka-inspire, diba? And I guess what I'm trying to say here is that take what you've learned here today. Sabi nga ni Alfie, connect lang ng connect. Take what you've learned here today and start putting it into practice. Kasi, who knows, diba? Maybe you're just in the beginning stages or maybe you can apply it maybe you can apply it right away. But whichever stage you are in right now, you'll want to take these small steps which will get you where you want to be. And when opportunities like this come by, here's what I suggest. Don't you dare let them get by you. Huwag mo nang pakakawalan. Don't let them get by you. And I'm excited actually just knowing what a difference this video will make in your life. Now, before you close this video, make sure to leave a comment. Really. Leave a comment. We really appreciate it. And tell us, what was your biggest takeaway in the second part of the training? Is it how to get clients? Na ba dahil palang pwedeng pagkunan ng clients? Or is it the fact that getting freelancing clients actually isn't that hard as long as you do this consistently? Now, whatever your answer is, let me know in the comments below. If you found video number 2 useful, I can't wait to see you on Friday. Now, please make sure you share it, by the way. Okay? Share it. A lot of people right now are in need of this opportunity. So make sure to share so they too would be aware of what online freelancing is and that this is something that's available to them regardless of their circumstance. Kumbaga, graduate ka man o hindi, may pera ka man o wala, bata man o matanda, this is something that anyone, and I mean anyone, can do, so long as they take the time to actually do it. Which is why we want to get this free video training series into the hands of as many people, and all it takes is just one button, right? So please, 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 please do not hesitate to share. You never know that one share might just change someone or even save someone's life. I can't wait to see you on Friday. Stay tuned for the webinar.